It is a common hubris to believe that we invented this monster. We speak of it as a byproduct of the modern age, a penalty for our plastics, our processed sugars, and our smog-choked horizons. But we are wrong. In 1932, beneath the searing sun of the Canaan East site in Kenya, the earth yielded a jawbone. It belonged to an ancestor from 1.5 million years ago, even then, before the dawn of Homo sapiens. The bone bore the unmistakable, chaotic bloom of a malignant osteosarcoma. Long before we had a name for it, the emperor was already here. Travel back to 1600 BCE. The air in Memphis is thick with the smell of Nile silt and burning Kifi incense. Here, an anonymous scribe unrolls a scroll, the Edwin Smith Papyrus. He documents 48 medical cases. Case number 45, bulging tumors of the breast. They are cool to the touch, he writes, hard as a green hematite fruit. Under the section for therapy, the scribe pauses. In a society that believed almost everything could be cured by a spell, he leaves a haunting, four-word verdict: naught can be done. For 2,000 years, the West viewed the body through the lens of Claudius Galen. To Galen, the body was a delicate balance of four humors: blood, phlegm, yellow bile, and the most dreaded of all, melena chole, or black bile. Galen posited that cancer was a localized overflow of this sludge. He looked at the swollen veins radiating from a breast tumor and saw a resemblance to the legs of a crustacean. He called it karkinos, the Greek word for crab, because the church and social taboo forbade the dissectio, the cutting open of the human cadaver. Galen's ghost haunted the halls of medicine for 15 centuries. They treated the emperor with purgatives, leeches, and prayers. It was a death sentence written in the ink of medical dogma. By the late 1800s, the century of the surgeon had dawned. With the arrival of anesthesia, the screams in the operating theater fell silent, allowing doctors to cut deeper than ever before. Enter William Stewart Halsted, the towering figure of Johns Hopkins. He viewed cancer as a localized fire. He pioneered the radical mastectomy. If you caught it early and cleared enough brush, the fire would stop. Halsted was brilliant, but he was chasing a shadow. He didn't yet understand the metastasis, the silent migration of microscopic seeds. He was performing heroic surgeries that left patients shattered, only to find that the emperor had already slipped through the back door. The turning point didn't happen in a lab. It happened in a massacre. December 1943, the SS John Harvey, a ship secretly carrying mustard gas, was bombed by the Luftwaffe in Bari, Italy. The screen turns a sickly mustard yellow. In the aftermath, Colonel Cornelius Rhodes noticed something peculiar. The white blood cells had been decimated. A terrifying thought emerged. If this poison could kill rapidly dividing cells, could it be used to hunt the emperor? Out of the literal ashes of war, chemotherapy was born. We began to use poisoned arrows to hunt the emperor. Today, we have entered the age of the rebellion. We no longer view cancer as an outside invader, but as a deep-seated glitch in our own DNA. Cancer produces proteins that act as a secret handshake, telling our immune system, I belong here, do not attack. But the latest frontier, immunotherapy, has changed the rules of engagement. We are stripping away the disguise. We are re-educating our own T-cells, turning the body's natural army back onto the traitor. It is a war of intelligence. The emperor of all maladies has reigned for 1.5 million years. He has been a ghost, a humor, a localized fire, and a genetic riddle. We haven't found a single magic bullet, but we are no longer merely observing our demise. We are editing the script. The C word is losing its lethal silence. The emperor is not dead, but for the first time in history, he is looking over his shoulder. The biography is not over, but we are finally writing the final chapters.